I'm Chris Turton, and if you want results like this, follow this video to find out more. So hi guys, I'm Chris Turton. I am a UK Amazon agency leader with a lot of different brands. We work with about 70 different clients, over 100 brands. We're some of the biggest brands in the UK, growing them as Amazon brands. I'm going to talk about good metrics versus bad metrics for you to follow and really make sure that you have your ladder propped against the right wall when it comes to selling your products on Amazon and growing and developing your brand. We're going to start with the bad metrics. We've got 5 bad metrics that you should not follow. The first one is about listing optimization best practice. Why you shouldn't follow this. This is because Amazon is all about ranking sales velocity. So in other words, organic rank comes from momentum of sale rather than you believing that the characters in your title have to be 100 and 150 characters. You have to have this many keywords and you have to have this many images. You need to start using optimization as a more of a developmental process. When you create an Amazon listing, it's not optimized. Listing creation is not optimization. And it's really imperative that you understand that, because you can't set it and say, you've got to work through the product and make sure that when you are optimizing your product, you are doing it on the basis of data, you're using competitive analysis, you're using real, tangible results rather than guessing based on what people define as best practice or what you think you know works. It's all got to be about data, because every category is different, every product is different. Number 2, BSR, or best sellers rank. Best sellers rank is very good from a sort of looking at a scientific data point of saying, where does that product fit in terms of best sellers? But best sellers rank doesn't always show by keyword. So in other words, you can't use a product that you would say is great for best sellers rank and therefore you're doing a good job, because whenever you look at best sellers rank on a tool like Keeper or Helium 10, you will see that it goes like the ocean. It goes up and down like the ocean. You cannot use it for any tangible metric. So saying that if something is really good in best sellers rank, could be today, tomorrow it could plummet. We want to start using brand share by revenue as a better metric rather than best sellers rank. Number 3 is review volume. Review volume does not matter. Once you've had over 30 reviews on a product, you will start to see your returns diminish on those amount of reviews. You want to make sure that your reviews show a quality of product with a score over 4. Do not track review volume. Do not buy reviews. Do not try and get thousands of reviews to a product, because you can outrank a product with handful of reviews over thousands of reviews. Just search for any keyword on Amazon right now and look at the top 10 products. You will see some have more reviews than others. It's not a competition match about review volume, and it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Number 4, click-through rate by itself. Click-through rate is great to bring traffic and data and people to see it to your product listing, but if they're not buying the product, what's the point? Click-through rate has to work hand in hand with conversion rate, or CVR. It has to work together, because you can't have one without the other. So just improving click-through rate might improve some sales, but it's like throwing more mud at a wall. Some of it will stick. And number 5, being the lowest price. Being the lowest price means you're not looking after your margin. Don't use repricing tools, because they are just tailoring it down to getting the buy box. You're not becoming a profitable business. And in the long term, that could damage you, because Amazon relies heavily on your pricing strategy. If you rack your pricing up too high again, you might find that your sales will drop. So these are top 5 metrics that a lot of Amazon sellers are using that they really shouldn't. Now let's move on to the good stuff. Let's move on to the top 5 metrics you must use if you want success on Amazon in 2025. Number 1 is brand share. Making sure that when you are looking at a keyword, you are looking at the brand share of the sales for that product, because then you are looking at the real competitors. Don't use the number 1 search product as a stepping stone, as a metric, because in 92% of all the top 500 keywords on Amazon, the number 1 product on Amazon is not the one that is making the most revenue. So already you're propping your ladder up against the wrong wall. You need to make sure that you're looking at the top brands by revenue share, the ones that are selling the most. And again, Helium uses a fantastic tool called X-Ray. It's got a great Google Chrome plugin that you can use and really look at brand share when you start looking at that information and seeing which ones are really making the money. And they are the brands that you want to compete against. Number 2 is conversion rate. Conversion rate is your golden metric on Amazon. It is what defines the performance and quality of your performance as a seller on Amazon. And getting your conversion rate better and higher will also reduce the cost of your advertising and bring your ACoS down and your ROAS up. And that's really, really crucial to make sure that you are using the conversion rate metrics on Amazon and making better hypothetical decisions when you're developing your listing. Remember what I said at the beginning, listing optimization is not a one-off. Listing optimization is a continuous process using data and methodology that proves and improves that data. So do not just guess, and do not think it's a set it and forget it and just leave it as it is. Worst thing you can do. Number 4, learning what sales velocity is and how it works. Sales velocity is what runs Amazon's algorithm. It's not about review volume. It's not about keyword stuffing. It's not all about price or FBA. It's about consistency of sales. So use that as a metric. Sales velocity. What is the consistency of my sales? If you get that right, you will organically rank better. And the final one is all about your margin. This is what so many people don't get with Amazon. 82% of every client that comes to us has their margins wrong. So we do real up-to-the-date fee tracking. We also track those fees for our clients in the transaction reports view on Amazon, so we know the fees we're presenting to them are accurate to what Amazon has actually charged them. We can make sure that we're accurate with the margins, because once we know our net profitability for our clients and their margins, we can then tell them what their ACoS and ROAS target should be, what budgeting they should do, and ultimately we can prioritize based on the margin and the profitability and success of that business. So there you go, guys. There's 5 negative metrics that you shouldn't be targeting for Amazon performance, and 5 that you absolutely must do if you want to compete in this space. I'll speak to you in the next one. If you want to learn more about Amazon SEO, have a look up here for another video.